Have you ever wondered why some of America's most promising motorcycles never made it to production? 10 groundbreaking bikes that could have changed everything. The shocking truth behind these failures will surprise you. 10th one, Harley Davidson Fire Rod, 2001 to 2017. Starting our countdown with the Harley Davidson V-Rod, a bike that represented everything controversial about modern Harley design philosophy. This wasn't your grandfather's Harley. It featured a liquid-cooled Revolution engine developed with Porsche, producing 115 horsepower and challenging every traditional assumption. The V-Rod's modern cruiser styling divided the Harley community like nothing before. Traditional riders complained it didn't sound, feel, or look like a real Harley. The liquid cooling eliminated the characteristic air-cooled sound that defines Harley's identity. Performance enthusiasts loved the power, but purists felt betrayed. Sales never met expectations despite impressive capabilities. According to Slash Gear, the V-Rod disappeared after 2017 because the Revolution engine couldn't meet EPA Tier 3 and Euro 4 emission standards. Adaptation costs were enormous, so Harley chose discontinuation over expensive compliance modifications. The V-Rod became a victim of environmental regulations and brand identity conflicts that Harley couldn't resolve effectively. 9th one, Harley Davidson Dyna Series, 1991 to 2017. The Dyna Series represented Harley's attempt at authentic cruiser experiences with twin-cam engines mounted on rigid frames. Models like Super Glide and Lowrider offered low seat heights, narrow fenders, and that distinctive Harley vibration riders either loved or hated completely. Dyna sales were declining consistently before cancellation. According to Viking Bags, 2017 U.S. sales dropped 9% as younger riders gravitated toward different styles and preferences. The Dyna couldn't accommodate Harley's new Milwaukee 8 engine architecture, creating serious engineering challenges that couldn't be overcome economically. The vibration that made Dynas authentic also created comfort problems during extended rides across long distances. Harley faced a difficult dilemma: reduce vibration and lose character, or maintain authenticity while sacrificing rider comfort. Neither option satisfied all customers effectively or profitably. Harley ultimately moved popular Dyna model names to the Softail platform, which could house the Milwaukee 8 engine while providing better comfort. The Dyna's rigid frame design became obsolete as Harley prioritized modern performance over traditional character that defined the brand's heritage. 8th one, Harley Davidson Street 750, 2014 to 2021. The Street 750 represented Harley's ambitious attempt at attracting new riders with an entry-level cruiser featuring a 749 cubic centimeter liquid-cooled V-twin engine designed for emerging markets. Initially produced in India to reduce costs, the Street 750 offered urban styling, reduced weight, and modest pricing that should have appealed to younger demographics. However, the bike never convinced traditional Harley fans or new riders effectively. Slash Gear notes that U.S. sales were disappointingly low throughout its production run, leading to the closure of the Bawal, India facility in 2020. Motorcyclists criticized the bike's weak performance, modest build quality, and lack of authentic Harley character that defines the brand. The Street 750 felt like a compromise that satisfied nobody. Too expensive for budget-conscious beginners, too basic for Harley enthusiasts expecting premium quality and performance. Production costs remained high despite Indian manufacturing, and the bike couldn't compete effectively against established entry-level competitors from other manufacturers. The Street 750's cancellation marked the end of Harley's experiment with affordable, globally manufactured motorcycles that diluted brand prestige without delivering corresponding sales success. Seventh one, Harley-Davidson Sportster, Iron 8, 8.3, 2009 to 2022. The Sportster Iron 8, 8.3 represented minimalist Harley design with its low handlebars, 12.5-liter peanut tank, and 883 cubic centimeter Evolution engine that delivered authentic Harley character. This bike was easily customizable and ideal for beginners, famous for its distinctive growl sound and all-black aesthetic that appealed to younger riders. The Iron 883 became popular among new Harley riders seeking authentic experiences without premium pricing of larger models. However, according to Slash Gear, Harley discontinued the model in 2022 to replace the Evolution engine with the newer Revolution Max power plant that met stricter emission standards. The Evolution engine could no longer comply with European emission requirements, forcing Harley to choose between expensive modifications or discontinuation. The Iron 883's simplicity was both its strength and weakness. While appealing to purists, it lacked modern features younger riders expected from contemporary motorcycles. Harley decided the costs of updating the Evolution engine weren't justified by sales volumes, especially as the company focused resources on electric motorcycle development and premium touring models. The Iron 883's cancellation marked the end of an era for affordable traditional Harley motorcycles that introduced countless riders to the brand's unique character and heritage. Sixth one, Harley-Davidson XR1200/XR1200X. The XR1200 series represented Harley's attempt at creating a Sportster inspired by flat-track racing heritage, featuring a 1202 cubic centimeter Evolution engine with high compression ratio, rigid chassis, and sport-oriented suspension systems. This bike was designed for riders wanting Harley character, with genuine performance capabilities that could compete with sport bikes. However, the XR1200 faced an identity crisis that doomed its commercial success from the beginning. According to Top Speed, the XR1200 was too sporty for the Harley base and too Harley for metric riders, creating a narrow market that couldn't sustain production volumes. Traditional Harley riders found it too aggressive and uncomfortable for typical cruising, while sport bike enthusiasts preferred established Japanese and European alternatives with superior performance and reliability. The bike's unique positioning meant it appealed to a very specific niche that wasn't large enough to justify continued production costs. Sales remained consistently low throughout its 5-year production run, never reaching projected volumes that would make the model profitable. Harley ultimately decided the XR1200's specialized appeal couldn't overcome the fundamental market positioning problems that prevented broader acceptance among either traditional Harley customers or performance-oriented riders seeking sport bike alternatives. Fifth one, Harley-Davidson Sport Glide, 2018 to 2021. The Sport Glide represented Harley's attempt at creating a versatile cruiser with a detachable mini batwing fairing and removable saddlebags, powered by the Milwaukee 8107 engine in a low-riding configuration. This bike could transform quickly from a touring bagger to a stripped-down cruiser, offering flexibility that should have appealed to riders wanting multiple personalities in one motorcycle. The Sport Glide was reintroduced in 2018 after a long hiatus, featuring modern technology and improved ergonomics that addressed previous generation shortcomings. However, according to Top Speed, the new Sport Glide wasn't visually attractive to many riders and suffered from poor sales performance throughout its production run. Better alternatives like the Lowrider offered similar capabilities with more appealing styling and established market acceptance. Viking Bags adds that the Sport Glide was expensive for the features offered, with an $18,599 USD price tag that didn't include enough modern amenities to justify the premium over competitors. The bike's modular concept was clever in theory, but complicated in practice, and most riders preferred dedicated touring or cruiser motorcycles rather than compromise solutions. Harley discontinued the Sport Glide in 2021 as sales never met expectations and the model couldn't establish a clear identity in the increasingly competitive cruiser market. Fourth one, Harley-Davidson Sportster 48, 2010 to 2022. The Sportster 48 was a distinctive bobber featuring a 1200cc engine with a tiny 2.1-gallon peanut tank, fat tires, and low-slung positioning that created an aggressive, minimalist aesthetic. This bike featured short fenders, forward controls, and dark custom styling that appealed to riders wanting authentic bobber character without custom modification costs. The 48 became popular among urban riders and custom enthusiasts who appreciated its distinctive look and manageable size for city riding. However, according to Viking Bags, the model suffered from significant performance issues, including power loss problems, ECU malfunctions, and difficult gear shifting that frustrated owners and damaged the bike's reputation. The tiny fuel tank, while visually striking, created practical problems with extremely limited range that made longer rides impractical for most riders. The bike was discontinued in Europe in 2020 because the Evolution engine couldn't meet emission standards and disappeared from the U.S. market in 2022 as Harley focused on newer powertrains. The 48's styling was its greatest strength, but mechanical problems and practical limitations prevented it from achieving sustained commercial success. Harley decided the costs of addressing these issues weren't justified by sales volumes, especially as the company prioritized electric motorcycle development and premium touring models that generated higher profit margins. Third one, Victory Motorcycles, 1998 to 2017. Victory Motorcycles represented Polaris's ambitious attempt at challenging Harley-Davidson's cruiser dominance with modern American-made motorcycles featuring Freedom V-twin engines and contemporary design philosophy. Models like Vegas and Cross Country won industry awards and demonstrated genuine engineering excellence that should have established Victory as a serious Harley alternative. Victory bikes offered superior performance, modern technology, and competitive pricing that appealed to riders wanting American motorcycles without Harley's premium pricing and traditional limitations. High costs for adapting the entire model range to Euro 4 emission standards, combined with the success of Polaris's Indian motorcycle acquisition, led to Victory's discontinuation in 2017. Polaris decided to concentrate resources on the Indian brand, which had stronger heritage and market recognition that could compete more effectively with Harley-Davidson. Victory's cancellation proved that superior engineering and competitive pricing aren't enough to overcome established brand loyalty and market positioning in the American motorcycle industry. Second one, Buell Motorcycles, 1983 to 2009. Buell Motorcycles represented Eric Buell's innovative approach to American sport bike design, combining Harley-Davidson engines with lightweight chassis and revolutionary technologies like perimeter braking systems and fuel and frame designs. Buell bikes offered unique solutions to sport bike challenges while maintaining American manufacturing and Harley powertrains that should have created distinctive market positioning. The company was acquired by Harley-Davidson in 1993, providing resources and dealer network access that should have enabled growth and development of the innovative designs that set Buell apart from competitors. Buell didn't fit Harley's strategic direction toward premium touring and cruiser motorcycles that generated higher profit margins and stronger brand loyalty among established customers. The decision to close Buell in 2009 eliminated American sport bike innovation and forced performance-oriented riders toward foreign alternatives that dominated the market. Buell's cancellation represented the end of American sport bike development and demonstrated how financial pressures can eliminate innovative engineering that doesn't align with corporate strategic priorities focused on established market segments. First one, Indian FTR 1200, 2019 to 2024. The Indian FTR 1200 represented Indian Motorcycle's bold attempt at expanding beyond traditional cruiser and touring segments with a flat-track-inspired roadster featuring a 1203 cubic centimeter V-twin engine, tubular frame, and 17-inch wheels that created distinctive styling and performance capabilities. However, according to Slash Gear, the V-twin engine required expensive modifications to meet Euro 5+ emission standards that made production costs prohibitive for the limited sales volumes the model achieved throughout its production run. Sales remained disappointingly low despite positive reviews and distinctive positioning. Indian's vice president acknowledged the FTR was an experiment and the company would refocus on cruiser and bagger segments where the brand had established market strength and customer loyalty. The FTR 1200's cancellation proved that even innovative engineering and distinctive styling can't overcome market realities when production costs exceed sales potential and strategic focus shifts toward proven profitable segments. There you have it. 10 American motorcycles that could have changed everything but didn't make it to the finish line. From Harley's identity crises to Victory's uphill battle against established loyalty, these failures teach us that great engineering isn't always enough in the motorcycle industry. Whether it was emission standards, financial pressures, or simple market positioning mistakes, each of these bikes had potential that circumstances prevented from being realized. The American motorcycle industry lost innovation, diversity, and competition when these models disappeared from showrooms. What's your take on these canceled motorcycles? Did any of these bikes deserve better fates, or were their cancellations inevitable given market realities? The motorcycle industry continues evolving, and understanding these failures helps us appreciate the challenges manufacturers face when trying to balance innovation, tradition, and profitability. These stories remind us that even the most promising motorcycles can fail when market forces, regulations, and corporate strategies don't align perfectly with engineering ambitions and rider expectations.